What is up guys, Tech James here. In this video we're going to be testing out a classic homebrew app for the Nintendo DS. You can also follow this video on your DSi or your 3DS. All you need is an R4 card, or if you have custom firmware, all you need is an SD card. Now basically what this homebrew app lets you do is emulate an Apple iPod on the original Nintendo DS's. Now I think this is something that's very cool. It's not just like your basic DS MP3 player, and this one is actually very high quality and it's pretty much identical to the actual Apple iPod. So all you need, as I said before, is an SD card on your 3DS or DSi, or you can use an R4 card if you want to, and then of course you need some kind of like SD adapter so you can connect your SD card onto your computer. So let's go and do that now, and then we will be able to boot it up and basically see what it's like. LMP-NG is a music player for the Nintendo DS which looks just like the Apple iPod. There will be a link to this page in the description of the video, so make sure to go ahead and check it out. And yeah, this is literally what it looks like. It looks really like an iPod over on your Nintendo DS. Now this is quite an old homebrew, but I have to admit it's very good. It's probably one of my favorite homebrews for the DS and DS Lite, and of course DSi as well. Right here it has the installation instructions. It's very simple, but I will show you guys how to do that anyway, and it also has a user guide, but again it's also very simple to set up. Now the formats it supports are MP3, OGG and WAV, but I think most people will use MP3 files. So all we need to do is just find the download button under the picture of the iPod. You might have to scroll down a bit because there's lots of annoying adverts on this web page, but we're just going to click the download button right here, and what it's going to do is download the zip file for the iPod. So in our downloads folder, we're going to have all of our songs, our MP3 files. If you guys don't have any songs, make sure to get them or buy them. Of course, support your artists, and it's entirely up to you where you decide to get your MP3 files from. And then we're also going to have the RAR file that we just downloaded. So keep in mind that they did put it in a WinRAR archive, so you will need WinRAR or 7-zip to actually extract this. But what we're going to do is we're going to right click it, and we're just going to select extract here. And once that's done, we can actually delete it. It's going to give us 2 files, but we only need one of them. The only one we need is the NDS one. If you're not sure which one is the NDS one, you can just right click it, go on properties, and it will say NDS file. Or of course you can enable hidden file extensions. The Game Boy Advance one, the GBA one, we can actually just delete that. So there you go, we should have a downloads folder that looks exactly like this. Very simple. We've got our NDS file and we've got all of our MP3s. What we need to do next is we need to right click, and we're going to do new, and we're going to call it folder. Now with this new folder, you want to type in LMP, then we're going to do dash and then NG, and then just press enter on your keyboard, or what you can do is just copy and paste this name in here, and then simply select all your files and drag and drop them in the folder. If you don't do this folder setup, then you're going to have problems with it, so make sure to copy exactly as I do. Then what we're going to do is right click it, go down to copy, go onto our R4 card which is plugged into our PC, we're going to right click and we're going to paste, and it's going to transfer our music and the iPod NDS file onto the root of our R4's SD card. So there you go, very simple. We can just do a quick refresh and it should be at the top of the page. So then what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our SD card back into our R4, and then we can test it on our DS. Okay, so this part of the video is for DSi users only. If you guys have a DSi hacked with higher custom firmware, you will actually be able to just copy it across exactly the same, and you're just going to put it on the root of your DSi's SD card. So again, drag and drop it across. It's going to copy all your music and the NDS file, and then it's just going to be on the root of your DSi's SD card. So again, you can just put this back into your DSi, and we will be able to launch it up on there. Okay, so starting off with the DS Lite, let's just go ahead and put in our R4 card, and then we can power on our DS and we can see what it looks like. So just starting out on my DS Lite, what we can do is actually launch up my R4 card, and then we can go and launch up the iPod app, and then we can basically just test it. So I'm going to show you guys how to launch it up. So all you want to do is just look for the folder where it's installed. So it's going to be inside of the LMP-NG folder. So just go and tap on that, and then you're just going to find this app. Now this app might have no icon. If it doesn't, just click on it, but obviously it's just going to be the NDS file inside of the folder, and then it's going to launch up like this, just like an iPod. So just giving you guys a close-up so you can see it. You use the click wheel like you would on an iPod. If the screen goes dim, what you can actually do is just tap on it. It does seem to go dim. But yeah, you just use the click wheel. You press menu to go back to the main menu. You can go into your music. You can tap, go into songs. And you can pretty much play anything. So you can play this. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it did start playing. All of the controls are on the website, but you can press right on the D-pad to actually skip parts of the song. You can use the scroll wheel to skip parts. And yeah, it's actually really cool. I genuinely like this iPod app. It's actually really nice. So as you guys can see, it's literally like your own iPod. I think it is picking up on camera a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear it. And obviously the DS audio is not amazing, but it's still pretty cool. I really like this. It's just such a funny homebrew app, and I think if more people knew about this when it was first out, it would have been a lot more popular. It's literally an iPod on your Nintendo DS. I mean, it's not identical to an Apple iPod, but as you can see, it's very, very much like it. It's pretty much a very, very good replica. Now, as I said, if you don't have an R4 card, then you must have custom firmware. This is my DSi running higher custom firmware, and what we can actually do is launch up the Twilight menu, and from there we can actually go onto the DSi's SD card, and we will be able to launch the iPod app. So it's very simple, just like the 3DS as well. You can pretty much run these NDS files on any DS, or if you wanted to run this on some kind of Nintendo DS emulator on your computer, that is also an option. But let's just tap the screen. Once we're on the menu, we're just going to press start. We're just going to skip all this stuff. Then once we get to the DS screen, we just want to tap on the yellow icon down here. And then it's basically just going to bring us out to the Twilight menu. And then once we're on the root of the SD card, we're just going to hunt for the folder. So it's this one right here, LMPNG. We're just going to press A to boot into this. And then we're just going to scroll over and we're going to find the NDS file. Now keep in mind, this ROM might have a blank icon. It doesn't matter. If you press A, it's still going to boot it up without any issues at all. And then there you go, iPod running on the DSi as well. Starting, there you go on your music, songs, play any song you want. Go back to the main menu if you want to. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Really simple iPod plugin. It works well. Of course, you can plug in headphones, you can plug in your speaker. Maybe if you have an iPod in your car, you can replace it with your DS. Yeah, I just think this is awesome. And shuffle songs works as well. Now playing works. Yeah, really, really nice plugin. So that's pretty much it. That is how you get an iPod on your DS Lite. Really cool. Didn't expect to be making this video. It's kind of funny, but there you go. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.